Hey guys, Rob Mitchell here. Thanks for joining me for this market mapping video series number 4. On this one, we're going to tell how can you tell when a trend is most likely. For this one, I'm going to use the NASDAQ. And this is super interesting because I'm going to show you this in a couple of different ways. First off, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results for the risk loss trading futures. How to tell when a trend is most likely. I'm going to pull up this right over the top here. This is a super map for the NASDAQ for a Monday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this day range right here and I'm going to look at this percentage. Now you might recognize that we've already looked at this number before, but I'm going to show you another way that you can use this. Notice that by the this period right here, F period of the day, that it's telling me that 80% of the day's range is in. 80%. I used to usually like to see, well, where does it go to about 85? And the answer is at about I period of the day. And then what happens is the amount of range expansion that you get on a percentage basis is only a few percentage points. And then it gets smashed even more. And you can see those numbers are getting really big and they're changing very little. And so this period of the day is substantially different, qualitatively different than this period of the day over in here. So you want to identify where your trends are during this interval of the day where you can take best advantage, right? So if you look at this part of the table up in here for the range 5, any 5-period ranges, you can see that they start tapering off after about F period. So you can see it here in terms of 5-period ranges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on this 6th one, it starts dropping off a little bit. You can see by the time you get over in here, these periods are actually turning orange because they're getting substantially smaller than these over in here. So you can plan your day, and just in general for this particular map is for Monday. But you can do this on comparatively as well. You could look at, well, which days of the week does the expansion happen a little bit earlier? You could also do this if you were trading in the middle of the night. You could do this with Globex. Let's say that you were trading in the middle of the night and you wanted to see, well, how much of the range have I used up? Let's say you're trading the European, at the beginning of the European, it looks like about half of the range is in for the entire Globex session, roughly half, right over in here, as the market opens up for the European participants. Similarly, you could use the European one as it goes, and it's telling you those same things. And as I had mentioned on another video, that you could do that in multiple dimensions at the same time. You could make predictions in multiple dimensions about what the range is, in addition to doing what we covered on the previous video. So hopefully that's helpful to you, and that helps you to see where opportunity is and where it is getting the most expanded, where it starts tapering off, and then you start seeing it smash down as we move in this direction. So just as a broad stroke measure for the NASDAQ here on the Monday, we would want to get our trading done. If we were trading for trends and for range expansion, we want to get our trading done in these first 5 or 6 intervals of the day when the market is in a hurry to express its range. And then after that, very often what can happen is you go inside and you're not expanding from that point forward. It doesn't mean that you won't. It just means that the easiest period to trade for range expansion is over in here for this particular day and for this particular example. All right, guys, that's what I got for you on this one. Always test before you trade and trade the way you test. There's a lot to be said for having observed these things and how they play, so that you have an intuition and a natural understanding of how it is, rather than just a theoretical understanding before you trade. Thanks for joining me on this. To learn more, to subscribe to the market maps or get free maps on Monday, come visit IndicatorSmart.com/market mapping, where you can also access a number of training videos that, though they may be about market mapping, they are also covering concepts that you can use for your trading in general. My trading room, the oil trading room, is pretty much wrapped around the interpretation of maps in all kinds of various forms, well beyond just the maps themselves, but different forms of mapping that go beyond just the maps themselves. And then also in the stock index trading room, the maps are available for the respective markets. Yeah, so that's what I have for you on this one. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.